So this is the section that we drove through. That's where I came down from. Here, this is a slight ebb sort of a thing. Then these two are two steps, very large steps. Each is almost equal to the length of the Gurkha. So they are quite large, quite high, and I had to apply the rear differential, but seemed a bit tricky because I had to turn while applying the differential. You can see the tire marks on both the steps over there, but once I had the car in the right angle, I burned some rubber off, but it came out quite easy. Then we came out here, and right now we are over there, and right now we have this left. That's the car. It will come from here, and then it will go all the way there, and then that tree that you see, from that we'll take a right and then onwards upwards. So in the last two clips I was explaining how we will do the patch that we are going to do. So this is a trail that we frequently go to. This is a very large area. This is not a single trail. There are various trails and various ways to get in these and out of these, and some parts of the trail are significantly deeper, steeper, very rocky, loose rocks, and there is also a waterfall. So if you come during the monsoons or the drier periods, you will find a completely different terrain and therefore different challenges in these parts. So right now we are heading towards that trail, and in this shot I am at the start of the trail. So I'm at the top of the hill right now, and it's a very small hill, as this is the part where we enter, and therefore it is not very deep. This is mostly solid rock, so nothing slippery except for some rock pieces lying around here and there. So you can see that since I got the Blue Garage kit, I have become a little more open towards angles, because the kit has significantly improved the approach angles of the car, and now it is much easier for me to approach steeper places, whether it is going up or down. Earlier, when I was going up, it was very difficult to pick lines, because the suspension up front was so soft that I mostly ended up being very close to the ground. The front part of the Gurkha was very close to the ground in several cases. Now this thing has significantly improved, and this is one of the things that I like about the kit. So this is the stair part which I was talking about in the first clip, and the main challenge with this part was that first of all it is steep, and second of all it is curved. So you have to turn the car while going up the stairs. As you can see, there is also a rock on the left side that the Gurkha will not be able to climb. So in this part I had to apply the differential, and because of the differential it suddenly becomes exceedingly easy to climb both the steps in one go. Without the differential lock, it was not I think possible to get through this particular obstacle.
और लेफ्ट बस ठीक है.
Now for the articulation, since I have got the lift kit, people have been telling me that the articulation will be very poor and the suspension will be on the stiffer side of performance. Both of which are true. Articulation is definitely lesser and suspension is on the stiffer side. However, the stiffness of the suspension is actually a good thing. Earlier the suspension was really too soft for off-roading, and I would have preferred it if it was stiffer, which it is now. And secondly, the articulation is slightly less, but articulation was never a strong point of the Gurkha. It was already poor. Now I can say that it is slightly poorer. Now in this part you can see that I am in a section which is mostly loose rocks lying around on a floor that is mud. So in these parts, in these canals, what happens is in the monsoon a lot of water flows through. So these becomes streams, and the deeper parts become waterfalls. So because of that, there's a lot of soil lying around in these parts where I think the water flows slowly, and the parts where the water flows faster, it's all clean rock. You can find a few more videos of this part on my YouTube channel. There's also a video in which the Gurkha gets stuck while crossing a rock, that is also in the same part, and the videos which are titled Mortology Falls, all are in the same part. So these were just small obstacles. Right now we are going from the rocky canal towards the exit. And in this part you can see that I'm turning the car, and I'm turning the car so that I can climb the exit, but it is a steep turn because the space at the bottom is quite narrow. There were a few instances where I had to pull the differential locks, and with the Gurkha it's always a thing because of the poor articulation. The wheels lose contact in uneven surfaces a lot of times, and therefore if you are driving the Gurkha you have to make it a habit to pull that, at least pull the rear differential from time to time. Mostly I will say I think almost all the cases, pulling the rear differential really works like magic. The car is not moving, you pull the differential, the car suddenly starts moving out of the obstacle. So that always works. I don't think I ever really needed the front differential, although there have been instances where I have pulled that also, but I don't know if it really helped or not. I just pulled it out of desperation. See, in this part here also you will find me taking a brake and pulling the differential, and now I'm like unlocking it again. So the thing with differential is that you just have to keep the vehicle in a slightly straight line. It doesn't have to be exactly straight because it will never be exactly straight on a trail, and you don't have to take steep turns. Plus the surface has to be loose. You cannot use the differential on a very tractionable sort of a surface. Like on this surface, the surface is quite loose, therefore it is very easy to use the differential for me. Now we are taking that turn, we are taking a steep turn, and you can see again that the rear wheel is diagonally in the air, so I'm not getting traction over here. So I try to go ahead, but I don't get traction. So you will see me taking a brake again. I look at the wheel, it's in the air, where I'm pulling the differential again, and now see, it becomes that easy. And now I did not release the differential since I had to go up in a straightest line. I kept the differential locked and accelerated out of the pit. So that's it. I'm out, and very soon I'll stop and pull differential locks.